Welcome. I am here with Dan Wesson and Chelle Peterson, co-founders of the Post Workspace in Tucson, Arizona, and of CoLevel, which is an all-in-one platform for managing your co-working space. We're going to talk about their origin story, how they came to start CoLevel, and why we love CoLevel. I am a user and use it with a lot of my clients and find it to be a really fantastic tool to upgrade your sales and marketing for your co-working space. And Dan and Chelle they were co-working startup school members. I should have looked up the year, probably 2019, 18,
2018.
2018.
18, yeah.
We are going way back now. So it's
Yeah.
so fun to get to catch up with you and work with you on co-level projects because now we've known each other for a long time and get to see each other in person occasionally. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so you've both been on I'll reference the original Post Workspace episode, but give us the short origin story and then segue into how, like, the pain points that you were having that brought CoLevel to the world.
Right. So it's kind of a long story. So I'll try to make it short.
Dan,
Uh,
what story is not long for you?
I know, I know,
No.
I know. I've got a bit of a reputation, I think. It was completely by accident. So I've been the broker on this building for many years, and we had executive suites on this floor for like half our space. So my original intent was just to go down. I thought, hey, maybe I'll throw a TV up in the reception area, knock down a wall. And then here we are. We gutted it. We, you know, took everything out and started from scratch. And here we are now.
Well, your
Basically, you
story.
went down a rabbit hole.
We went down a big rabbit hole. So I started doing the research. I talked to a bunch of people. Our friend Frank
Oh,
taught.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah,
I always forget that
yeah,
yep, talk to Frank. I've
he
been talking to Frank too.
he's
So,
definitely
yep.
OG. Yeah,
Yep. Frank
and
Cottle. Somebody said recently, please stop using only first names on the podcast. And I was
oh
like,
yeah,
that is a
Oh,
great tip.
yeah. He was actually a lot of help.
Yeah.
Then I found you, and of course we wouldn't be here without you, Jamie.
yeah.
And like I
Thank
always say, and I'm going to say it again, the key difference I think for us is we did not make any mistakes, and that's not because of us.
I
Like
think
you
it's I
guided us
think
a
there's a
long way.
lot that a lot of you in that
No, I'm
success.
telling you, I feel like we did not make any mistakes. There wasn't anything we had to change. And I really feel, we had a little COVID bump there, but other than that, I mean, it went pretty smooth, I think. But Shell knows more about all the things. Let's be honest here. I had the idea. I went to Shell one day and I was like, hey, what do you think about opening a co-working space? And she was like, I'm on it. And if you know Shell very well, you'll know. I mean, I like to always say that she has the heart of a lion. I mean, she's quiet. Look at her. She's all quiet. But she has a heart of a lion, man. She took the reins and she ran with it. And she did the design. She laid it out, the decor, all the SOP. Well, you tell you
Well, no,
tell
I
them.
mean, Dan was definitely the visionary, and I can say that about everything that we touch or he comes up with. So but as far as the post, yes, for sure, that was a vision that he had, and definitely the connection with everything co-working and just meeting up with like global or GWA. That was a big thing,
That was
and I
big.
mean, we fell in love with the industry, and it's become our passion. And I mean, you can just tell from our space how much love we have for it, and that goes without saying as far as operations and management, and you know it's been a true path and for both of us. And so I mean, I'm guessing too that's why we developed CoLevel too. So we have a
Absolutely.
passion for that, helping other independent owner co-working space operators. And yeah.
When we went to the GWA conference, I think you had suggested, Jamie, that we go. That was the one thing that put us over the top. we were like, man, these people they're so nice.
Well,
I've come
and
from
Dan comes from the broker world. He's always
yeah,
like,
I
and
mean,
they'll
commercial
talk
real
about
estate.
anything you want to know. Brokers are so secretive.
Right. A little bit of a sharp
Yeah.
elbows,
Yeah.
I love them.
Totally.
Don't get me wrong, I still love them. But yeah, everybody was just so awesome and open. Like it was,
Mhm.
I could ask anything and everybody was super helpful.
Okay, well, Dan, I can say the same thing about the two of you. And Dan, you've been really helpful to some folks working on renegotiating leases and our operator membership. And I will put your LinkedIn profile in the show notes because Dan's been posting some real estate advice just because that's, I mean, you're kind of a generalist now, but you do have a deep background in real estate. So you've had some great posts recently with some really good practical advice for operators,
Thank you.
negotiating leases, renewals, terms, etc. So
Yeah, of course I'm retired from commercial real estate, but it's once it gets in your blood, it's there. So if anybody needs any help, I'm more than happy to help. So
and then you started with 7,500-ish square feet, and then now
95.
you're up to almost 95.
We started at 95. We're just under 20,000, but that's a little misleading because after the building owner saw what we did with the post, as far as the engagement with our members, he wanted us to take on the whole building. So whenever we have a car wash event or, whatever event, Halloween, all of them, we invite the entire building. So we've kind of brought everybody into our umbrella, I guess you would say.
Mhm.
And we've actually taken on the property management of the
I know
park
this is a
now.
whole separate
But
episode because I
Yes.
am actually really interested in that. You guys have such an interesting story, and I think you've done some really creative things, kind of at a pace that made sense. Like you just had this great, even the post is a great success story. It was a floor that was just totally unoccupied, and it
Yep.
was sort of a Hail
right,
Mary, right? And
yeah.
then look at this great success that you've taken to other floors in the space. So,
Well, and this is a little side note to brokers out there or building owners. The we're in the Tucson market and we're 90, I don't know, 92% occupied. And I would say a lot of that is due to the post.
yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons why. I think people in the co-work industry know why, but it really helped fill the building up. I would say we're responsible for a lot of square footage getting filled up in the building. So building owners out there, if it's the right location, I they need to think about it. Get you, it's 2026, you know. It made a huge difference for this building.
Yeah, love it. Okay, so you come with this great real estate background. Now all of a sudden you're operating a space. Dan is the visionary. Chelle's making everything happen. Chelle's got a tech
I'm
stack
in the
that is,
background guy.
you're the background guy.
Yeah.
Chelle's got a tech stack that's, way deep, like every operator
Yes.
experiences. And I mean, this is one of the most challenging aspects of teaching about co-working. I mean, in the startup school, I have a whole section about the tech stack, and it's got this like hub and spoke, visual about, your sort of space management platform sits in the middle, and then all the many, many, many apps that you actually still need in addition to that to run your
Yeah.
space. And it's overwhelming for new operators who just don't come from that background, especially a marketing background, because a lot of those apps are marketing related and it's expensive. So
Yeah.
it's just like all those, it's like, well, yes, you still need an email service provider. Yes, you still need a CRM in addition to your Office or into your Coworks or Nexus or whatever your billing platform is. So you guys had that problem like all operators do.
Mhm.
And can you talk about the tech stack you were using and then how one day or over the course of time you were like, look, we need to fix this.
Well, I mean, from that whole perspective, I mean, our tech stack was enormous. I mean, for me, it felt too overwhelming, and it
Yeah.
was overwhelming for not just myself and Dan, but our team that we
Yeah.
created. And I mean, we had, I don't even know how many apps we had. We had from like Calendly to DocuSign to Mailchimp to ActiveCampaign to, anything that had to do
A
with like
social
lead
media
management.
scheduler
Yes, yes,
probably,
yes,
right. Not to
yeah,
mention like door access, just like
yeah,
all the
yes.
ancillary.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's enough already, and
Hmm.
so I truly believe that's what drove us to wanting to develop our own type of CRM platform so that it all worked all together and in unison. And it just kind of that one fell in our lap too a little bit. So, and yeah, it definitely helped solve that issue.
And there was a lot that happened after we did it. Like it was like that we didn't know what we didn't know. So once it started running, like it was so much better than we ever imagined. Like I didn't really honestly know what
Like have an end
miss
vision
like
of what was
yeah, like
possible.
missed call
Yeah.
text back in the AI. We didn't have AI before.
Yeah.
So that was a complete game changer.
So you have a technical resource on your team. You sort of had this like problem, and then he was like, "Well, you could fix this. You could make
That's right.
something of your own." And so you
Yeah.
started to kind of piece together the requirements. Well, here are all the things we're using, and
Yep.
built it into one app. I mean, so I am a user not as a co-working space operator, but for my business, and then I work with a lot of clients who are using it. So, so I also know what's in it. And there are so many aspects that I love about it that are just completely integrated that most operator, so it's not only like the necessities, and I'll have you walk through what's in there, but also you thought of some pretty significant upgrades like the email automations. And I
Mhm.
subscribe to my client, I get my clients' email automations, and a round of them came through today, and you had them written by, an industry expert, just things that people just don't tend to get to in their business, especially smaller, like one, the product is great for 1 to 5-ish locations, would you say? Like
That's our target, 1 to 5.
yeah. Yeah, so talk about what it does. What part of the tech stack does it collapse?
Right. So basically it's literally from lead in, which is immediate, and I'll talk about that in a second, all the way through membership. So we actually had originally thought, okay, we'll take it all the way to membership and we'll let our space management program take it from there. Subsequently, we found out it's so much easier to communicate with our community through CoLevel that we've continued to do that. So we just do kind of billing and space management through that system, which we link to, which is
Hmm.
Office RD.
Yeah. There's a direct integration there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Direct integration. But the key part, what I was talking about, what we didn't know, is so as soon as it got up and running, we're looking, of course, I'm just looking at it, and we started getting tours booked. Like in one night, I'm sitting there and it's like 8:30 at night, tour book, 9:30 at night. I had no idea
Dan
people.
sitting on the couch with his Ninja Creamy ice
Yeah.
cream
Well,
with
I
his
had
lead
it.
connector app.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm sitting there on my phone looking at it, and I had no idea people look for space then because we never had that.
Yeah.
So
Like
that
there
was
was no data on it because it wasn't really
we didn't
possible.
know. We
Yeah.
Right.
didn't know. And
Yeah.
so all the tours started coming in. And another big realization, I should probably talk about this later, but the real realization was, and I have this theory, I mentioned it to you before, that I feel like once they book, I don't want to say they stop looking, but something's happening because our win rate wouldn't be so high. I kind of feel like they book it and go, hey, I'm going to look at it. And if it doesn't work out, I'll keep looking. I could be wrong. I tried looking up to see if there's any studies or anything like that. I couldn't
Yeah.
find anything. So I could be completely wrong, but it just
I think we
seems
could
like,
broaden that search to some
Yeah.
sort of like user behavior that is what you're describing. Like somebody else is sitting on the couch watching Netflix and they're like, well, it's my on my to-do list to find, an office space or book a meeting room for that meeting next week. And they're just like, well, I can do it online while I watch Stranger Things or
right,
whatever.
right,
And
right. And it's
and
all
right, if they
instant.
can't do it online, they're moving on, right? So
Right, right.
but I'm curious, so it collapsed like Calendly, DocuSign, ActiveCampaign, which you were also using as a CRM, social media management. You can manage your Google business profile in there. We can talk about some of the other details. But it used to be that did you have Calendly set up on your website? Like, could a user book
Yeah.
Yes,
a tour. So they could book a tour off hours. You just weren't really seeing that happen because the AI widget was not there and trained, like kind
That's
of
right.
jumping in and leading. And you have yours trained to lead pretty hard and to book a tour.
This
yes,
is
Yeah.
our theory. Yeah, this is
It's
our theory
mission
on that.
driven. Get this
Yeah.
person into the space.
Yeah. So our theory on that is we feel like there's a place for AI, which we love,
Yeah.
but we also feel like there's a place for human. And we just want to get them here. We don't want to answer a bunch of questions. We'll answer a limited number of questions, but it will always bring back to, do you want to book a tour? Like I did it the other day. I was playing around with it. I said, is the sky, what color is the sky? And it said the sky's blue. So it'll answer your
Yeah.
questions, but it'll say, now do you want to book a tour?
Right.
So that's really what we are focused on, them booking a tour. So it'll go all the way through. It'll ask them what time. It'll give them options. It'll get all their information. It'll book the tour, and then everything else happens in the background. It'll create a contact record. It'll put them in the calendar. It'll let our community manager know that they've booked a tour. It'll let us know it's booked a tour. Everything goes in there. That'll
It's
send them a
totally integrated.
confirmation.
I think that's probably, I feel like I'm weirdly obsessed with people's like dashboards and the tool because you can look at it and see everything.
Right.
And the analytics that you can pull, like I've started to create some really great reports for clients and even like coaching reports for like response time and how the team is interacting with leads. I do want to point out because we're talking about AI, but you have a team member that comes from a pretty deep hospitality background. Chelsea
yes,
was she at the Ritz?
yes.
He was at the
Yeah.
Ritz.
So I just want to like point that out for anybody who's like a little AI skeptical. You're also deeply invested in like the human experience on site. So much so
I,
that you hired someone from the Ritz.
well, it's funny too, because I have a post, I haven't posted it yet, but I think the heading is AI is awesome, but it's not better than Chelsea.
Yeah.
I haven't posted it. I'm going to post
Totally.
it.
We gotta do
But
that. We definitely gotta post that.
yeah. And well, what's funny is, so at the GWA conference, Anthony
Yeah,
was a
that would have
speaker.
been 2018 or 20,
Mhm.
yeah,
That might have been
2018.
Yeah.
In 19 was in DC, 18 was in Austin. Yeah.
So we kind of incorporated that whole hospitality mindset into the post. In fact, we had made up the little cards like the Ritz had. And when
Mhm.
Chelsea came in for an interview, she saw that and she was like, oh, this
I'm
is
gonna
Look
work
at
for
that.
how it worked out.
Yeah,
By
it
the
did
way,
work
nobody called Chelsea. She's really not that great.
Yeah. She's not
Leave her
available.
alone.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
ours.
Yep,
that's right. That's
totally.
So back to the flow. So it confirms the appointment. It sends reminders. By the way, after we implement it, we had far less no-shows.
As a
It
matter of
goes,
fact, your show up rate is 80%, which is outstanding because I was poking at that a little bit. I was like,
Yeah.
and it's
not
a
to
lot.
brag.
Yeah, it's a lot of automation and it just
Yeah.
it works. Yeah.
Well, what it does, Jamie, is it gives Chelsea the ability to do the things that should be done by a community manager. So it
Mhm.
frees up her time, so she's not sitting there, having to do all these things in the background. That's all happening. She gets to spend way more time with our members and do all the things, other things at the building,
Yeah.
property management, all that. And she does it. That's our team right now. Is Chelsea.
I think I asked you that recently. I was like, well, how'd you get to 20,000 square feet plus managing the building with Chelsea? And I know Shell's working on not, on taking more vacations and not being at the space as much. So you two are pretty involved, but that's
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's great about the software is that both Dan and I can still look into whether we have our mobile phone or any device. I mean, no matter where we're at, we can look at the dashboard, as
Yeah.
you were saying,
Yeah.
and be able to see what's going on with these tours, whether members are being followed up with, or even listen to phone calls. So it's definitely great for us, especially as a team, to be able to have certain rules, but able to oversee plus work together and know where everybody's at.
I think no matter what tool you use, and even if operators are, totally happy with their many, many app to tech stack, using a CRM that is actually used and that utilization can be very difficult to enforce and has the dashboard capabilities is so critical because I do think there are a lot of owners like you who would like to be, have some flexibility to not be at the space all the time, but still feel like you have total insight and transparency into what's happening. And you've just got the dashboard, right? You can glance at it, or you can
Yeah,
you can see the leads when you're sitting on the couch with your healthy protein ice cream. So you're in touch, but you don't feel like you're like that background noise of like, is the team following up? What
right,
what are the emails look like? What are what is the interaction like? Have they
right.
followed the playbook? Is
Mhm.
just so, I mean, I know I feel it sometimes with my team, like just that background noise is really can be just really stressful and kind of
Right.
take the fun out of it. And so
Well,
no matter what tool you use, having that dashboard in place is
Mhm.
just so critical and allows for owners to be less in the business.
right.
And I work with a couple clients who are in CoLevel, and this has been like such a big deal for them. We have one owner, and I know you guys know them too, who was living like in a different city because she owns the building and she wanted to go home. And she
Oh,
needed
that's
a
right.
new team member and she needed a tool like this to give her this transparency and visibility. So that's like literally been life changing for her.
Yeah.
And again, it
What
doesn't have to be CoLevel, but you have to have some system that allows you to do that, even if you're a single location.
what's
Right.
awesome about it, Jamie, is you never have to guess what to do next or where someone's at, or oh, did I enter him on my mail list for Mailchimp or whatever. I mean, it really comes down to no mistakes, or you minimize the mistakes because it's all kind of happening in the background. I mean, there's some things that you have to do. So there's a part called opportunities where you kind of move them along in the
Yeah.
different columns, kind of like pipe drive.
Yeah.
And so when you move that potential member from one column to the next, things happen in the background that you don't have to do.
The magical workflows that are programmed.
That's right.
Totally. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That all just kind of happens
Yeah. The
in the
tags, the
background.
workflows. Were you using Pipe? You were using Pipe
We
Drive, weren't
were
you?
using pipe drive.
That's right. And
Yeah.
Active
And
Campaign.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
That's right.
yeah.
literally we had two programs going on at the same time. It's some leads here, some leads there. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Right. So data's
Well,
not all in the same place. And the
Yeah.
expense, like part of that was even with 20,000 square feet, you're trying to manage, right? You're keeping your team. How do you keep the team lean? Right? How do
Mhm.
you keep the software costs from ballooning?
well, for
Yeah.
quite a while, we were 9,000 feet. And I mean, you need to, it doesn't matter what size you
Yeah.
are, you need to watch every dollar
Yeah.
on your expenses. Shell, what we were spending, what, 14? I don't want to say we were spending a lot of money on all these different disjointed programs. And so we were able to reduce that substantially. We were actually going to use, I don't know if I should say their name, but a major software program that don't get me wrong, it's awesome. It does everything. But we got a quote is like over 3 grand to get everything that we
Yeah.
wanted. So yeah, in the end, we got everything all in one and for a lot less money.
Yeah.
So, bigger operators, they can afford to have all the different add-ons and whatnot. But if you're an operator from 1 to 5 locations, I don't know. I feel like CoLevel really encompasses everything that you're going to need in your space.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
has, and so I mean, it's kind of a mix of like operational apps, and Shelley, you should kind of jump in and
Mhm.
operational sales and marketing. Like for people
And
who are a
marketing.
little more into the marketing, I'm actually interviewing someone from the loading dock in Raleigh, and I noticed like they have their own email and they do co-warehousing. So it's like they have this great newsletter and they have some like opt-ins. Like if
Um,
you are a little more sophisticated like that's why I use the platform. I mean, landing pages, opt-ins, forms, like if you're trying to build email lists and in addition to kind of your CRM, if you're, going after kind of the more marketing side, like it's all in there.
Well, and two, I mean, we were spending quite a bit just to have someone do our marketing. You
Yeah.
know, that
Yeah.
was a huge expense. And so with this platform now, I feel like I can do it, Chelsea can do it,
Yeah.
Dan
Like
can
the
do it,
builder's
Dan
super
can do it.
intuitive. It's not,
Yes,
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
intuitive.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. And I've learned a lot from it, just in that itself, just because of the ease
Yeah.
of the use and the drag and drop, just all the features that are involved in the marketing side of it has been very simple and easy for a user like me. But
Yeah. And if you
yeah,
don't know it, ChatGPT knows
yeah,
it. Although
Right.
my
exactly.
pro tip for any of the users who are listening, I always tell ChatGPT or Claude, use only the absolute latest version of the documentation. Anytime I'm like, well, how do you do this? I tell it, use the latest documentation because sometimes I'll get like, that's not on my screen.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I'll take little screenshots and show, and it'll say, okay, just do this next. Claude
Yeah.
Cowork can even manipulate some of it. It helped me build a form. It didn't get all the way, but it could do a lot of it, which was pretty
I
wild.
like Claude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I've totally converted over
Yeah.
mostly to Claude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So well, Dan, do you want to talk about specifically the missed text callback, like the answering service aha that you had? And then,
Oh, yeah.
Joe, you probably have a couple of stories to share as well
Yeah.
from.
So the answering service, I guess we didn't, again, that was one of those things that we just didn't know. We were watching
It's
in
great that you had an
CoLevel.
answering service
We had an
because
answering service and we
if you're
thought we were
listening and
good.
no one's answering your phone out there,
Yes.
you're
Right.
missing a ton of calls and a ton of leads, and
That's
they
right.
don't call back. They're just moving on. Yeah.
Well, what
Mhm.
we found by listening and watching the transcript in CoLevel is that we had all these hangups. And we're like, what's going on? And so we listened to it, and the answering service, it would take them so long to answer the phone. And think they're a good answering service, by the way, but it just took them too long. People hung up.
Just their process. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Yes.
like
it
they're
just took
yeah.
too long. So they hung up.
People are
And
so impatient, right? Like
I
we
know. And so it just sends them a text. Sorry, we missed your call. Is there anything that I can help you with? And that starts the conversation. We had so many like that too, that,
Mhm.
I don't know if maybe they would have called back the next day, whatever.
No,
But
I
what's
don't think
awesome
so.
about it is it happens immediately. They book it and it's set, they get the reminders, and like another one of our clients said, it was a game changer. It
Yeah.
Mhm.
was really a game changer for us.
So also just to zoom out really quickly, the platform does email, phone. If you use
Yes.
the phone system, everything's recorded, which is also the ultimate in transparency. Whenever I work with
Yeah.
clients who aren't using the phone, I'm like, well, did you call? Because the three-pronged approach is so critical today, right? Like meeting people where they are. Like you still have people who want to call. And then you have
Right.
a whole segment of people who do not ever want to talk to someone on the phone. And so they want to text. And
Mhm.
you have to have an approved phone number. Like in order to text, like integrated into your system, not just from like someone's iPhone that's connected to
Right.
or that
Right.
you're
Right.
using because and you aren't really supposed to do that for sales that you
Oh,
could do it with members or people you have permission with, but that's the other great thing about the platform is it is like one of the only ways you can really appropriately text with people.
yes.
Yeah.
SMS, yes, text. And we
We're
have it totally integrated into the CRM. Like there's a
Mhm.
conversation window. I'm constantly reviewing the conversation window for clients I work with. But I love, like, and I'll coach folks on this too. Like, we'll respond in kind, right? Like if
Right.
they text you, text them back. Of course, you
Mhm.
can also try to call them, but it
Yeah.
gives you the opportunity to mirror them, which I
Yeah.
think is maybe one of the reasons you have such a high tour show rate is because like you're communicating how they want to communicate. The
Right.
Mhm.
reminders are coming through that way. It's all kind of how they want it. Chelle, can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about the SMS capability?
Well, the SMS capability, I know that for on our end, we're able to send out any notifications. I mean, we use it for everything. We use it for even the tenants of the building.
Right.
Besides, yeah, oh yeah.
You need their
So
attention, then it's going
yes,
out in a text. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we, we have it grouped and tagged, just for tenants of the building, like in their contact record. And then of course, our members, or if we're having an event, we use, the texting capabilities. But then also if, gosh, what was it? Notary appointments. So we'll have, consistent notary appointments that of course Chelsea does.
Yeah.
And so if they can't make it, they will text her. And even if she's like on her, we have a sole cell phone just for the post, but we have that text number forwarded over to that cell phone.
Ah,
So she's able to text back and forth on that as well, besides it being on your device, your whatever device you have your dashboard on. But yeah, it's works so well on that end for us, just being able to communicate, because everyone is about right now. Right now, they want to talk to someone now.
Absolutely.
And
Everybody right now. Yeah.
yes,
totally.
so
Yep.
that's definitely worked out for us.
I mean, the speed to lead, in my opinion, that's like so critical. And
You can't beat it.
right. And the other thing about the platform, I mean, you could probably replicate this in like an ActiveCampaign because they have SMS capability, but you have workflows set up so that there's an automatic, I mean, you can do it however you want, but
Mhm.
automatic email response or text back. And
Mhm.
then Chelsea can, very quickly follow
Exactly.
up with something personalized, but they know
Right.
somebody's paying attention right away.
Or,
In
just say
general.
someone's inquiring about, hey, they're texting to us to our phone number saying, hey, I wanted to book a meeting room. What do they look like? And so then we have an automation in there and it automatically responds with, oh, here's the link to the photos or the calendar. I mean, it picks that up and it's nice because, it's automation.
Yeah.
So,
Love it. Right. And again, you're not expecting they could find that link on their own, right? It's on your website.
right,
But that's not how they're thinking. They're just like,
Right.
let me, which I
right.
wonder, has to be even more of a habit that's forming because people now just ask ChatGPT. Even
Mm-hmm.
my husband is like, not, he's not on social media. He's like a very late adopter to all things. He will ask ChatGPT questions, right? So we get used to like, let me just chat somebody my question. I'm not like looking around. There are people who look around on the website, but there's a growing segment of people who write like, just show me what they look like and then give the link and then they'll go to it. Yeah. Just like meeting users where they are. Yeah.
Bill, do you want to talk about all the other things that it does? I know they're kind of the sideline things, but as far as our websites in there, we used to use WordPress and it just got to be so glitchy because there's so many updates and there's so many developers and it seemed like it was always changing.
WordPress makes
So
Right.
me insane.
yeah,
Uh,
and
Yeah.
so we put our website in there.
yeah.
If Shell and I
Yes.
are talking about, oh, you know what, we should run a special tomorrow or whatever, we don't have to wait and send it out to somebody to do it. Shell does it, and it's out the
Right.
next.
Right. So the landing pages again, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, it's like all of it's so easy and user friendly. And I was able to put, I don't know, different ad campaigns together. And we can actually post that through Facebook and Instagram. And before, I mean, we had to pay somebody to create them for us. So it's of course it's all in the platform. So Chelsea can actually edit them if I needed her to, which is really nice.
I don't have that version. You just made me think like maybe I should use that. I totally forgot about that aspect
Yeah.
of it for people who
Yeah.
are running ads. Yeah.
And the whole other aspect of it too is the reputation management, the review
Yeah.
management. And that's been a game changer for us as well. We were so stagnant as far as reviews coming in. And it's not that people weren't thinking about giving us a good review, but it's just nice to be able to get a
We're
reminder.
asking, I mean, like anyone else, and we've done that we did the review challenge together. Wait,
Yeah.
was that 2025? Was it
Yeah.
a year
A
ago?
I
year
think
ago.
Yeah,
so.
it was a year ago.
Uh,
And I remember you just have like sort of a standard automation setup that's
mhm.
in CoLevel. And I was like, well, did you like customize them like with the voice of the post? And you're like, I have not gotten around to it and it's working. So it's fine because it automatically sends review requests. I mean, again, you could set this up in ActiveCampaign, which we taught people how to do in the challenge, but it comes in CoLevel and it's so
Right.
easy. And again, it's integrated. And so it knows like when you have a new member and it's been 30 days or you had a meeting room booking, just boom, it goes out.
Mhm.
And it's so, I mean, I'm obsessed with the Google
I
business
know.
profile. I was just looking at some of the stats last night. Like any updates to it will move you higher up in the map pack search results, which is so critical. And so to have it automated,
Right.
dreamy.
It's
Well, if you'll remember one of the participants of that, I think they got something like, wasn't it like 29 reviews in a week?
Yes.
yeah, that
Which
was
is
And
a
they might have
crazy.
had a lot of meeting room. It was something like, yeah, we
Yeah,
were like,
maybe.
wow.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
but it worked.
Yeah. One big thing, Jamie, that I forgot to mention is as it relates to the speed to lead. So we have what's called conversations, and it's kind of a unified inbox. So everything goes into that. So whether it be a form on your website, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, SMS, wherever it's coming from out in the world, it all goes into one place. So you don't have to worry about, oh, did I miss this from that or whatever? It's all in one place. So you don't have, there's no guessing. It's all in one spot. So I
Yeah.
should.
Which makes it really easy for reporting and analytics too, which is what I've been spending a lot of time on. Yes, I love the conversations box. Shell, anything else that you wanted to, sorry, Dan and I tend to jump in pretty quickly
Oh,
that
I
you
would
wanted to cover with
say,
it.
so I know I had mentioned that, of course, we were using DocuSign, which is this platform, CoLevel. I mean, we have the document, digital signature capability in there. And so we send out all our membership applications. We send our contracts through there. Now we just upload it from Office R&D or download, upload it into CoLevel, and it's part of their record in the platform. And including like if you collect IDs, verification IDs, we have that capability in there as well. On top of surveys and forms you can send out,
Yeah.
which that was a whole other aspect that people don't think about until they are like, hey, we should get some feedback, right, Dan?
Right. That's right.
Yeah, or even member onboarding forms. I mean, I
Yeah,
use the
anything.
forms for like webinar registrations, call booking, and it's all in the contact record. And you can
Mhm.
create custom fields. We actually use it to track our Community Manager University certification. We just create custom fields and it all populates, which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the automation stuff, I mean, we could talk forever about that, but there's just so many different automations, whether it's like you just said, if somebody signs up and you move them to that column, they automatically get a series of emails, kind of a pre-onboarding process. And then the last one, it gives them a link to schedule their onboarding session in person. But there's just so many of those that, I mean, it just kind of handles itself, really. I mean, it's like Chelle says, a game changer.
I just wanted to mention real quick, and it is built on a platform that has been around for a long time.
That's right.
And people listening will probably recognize some of the functionality. It's
Yeah.
just ultra customized for co-working. And
Yeah.
you guys have built in some things. How many of the automation emails are there?
There's 104.
Okay,
I think
right.
it's 2 years
Right
worth.
now.
2 years, totally.
Yeah, I think
So
it's two
just
years
out of the
worth.
box, done.
Yeah.
The reviews, out of the box, done. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
the dashboard, the reporting. Yeah, there's just so much in there that is specific to co-working. And it's all, I mean, you can really start using it right away. You just have to
Yeah.
port your data over. So, I mean, you guys do a onboarding process with
Mhm.
people and you have to train. There's training that you have to do of the bot, et cetera. But it's not like a Salesforce or a HubSpot like onboarding. It is
Right.
pretty straightforward. This is
Yeah.
not going to take weeks of, it could take weeks, but like a couple
Yeah.
hours over,
Yeah.
right?
It's a couple of hours.
I
And
mean,
then
I've
maybe,
done, in my previous life, Salesforce integration. I mean, so painful. It's not like that at all. It's
Yeah.
really
yeah, I've
pretty out
never
of the
done the
box.
Salesforce.
Yeah, thank goodness you don't have to.
I mean, you can tweak this as time goes by,
Yeah.
and you can tweak it on the fly. But yeah, I mean, it's a process, but I don't think it's that bad.
No.
No. That's what I'm thinking compared to, and even if I moved out of ActiveCampaign and moved over, and I think it was the process took a while more out of my like just anxiety of
Mhm.
pulling, pushing the button or whatever, but the
Right.
actual technical move over is very easy.
Yeah. Jamie, what didn't we have like 3 or 4 different databases when we converted everything over to CoLevel Shell?
Oh
Like
my God.
we had bits and pieces everywhere. It was
We did. And well, yeah, we did. Including, I mean, including Office R&D because it was just a mess in there too. I'm telling you, Jamie, I, yeah, I was just so overwhelmed. Like now, like I'm thinking about, it's like always in the back of my mind. I was always thinking about, wonder what's going on in the space today, or I wonder I wonder
Yeah.
who's coming or how busy they are. And I feel, and this is the honest truth, I feel so much more at ease now, being able to just know what's going on. And there's a process now, and
Yeah.
it's made it easy. We've made it easy for ourselves now. So,
Yeah.
it's hard enough. It's hard enough operating, and
Yeah.
especially with a small team like ours, it definitely was a game changer. So.
And you recently I know you did some customer connections. Anything you want to share from some of
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I reached out to several of the CoLevel subscribers, and there were like two in particular. One, she had just opened up her fifth location. And when they initially started CoLevel, they didn't have anything but spreadsheets. Managing their space in addition to, I think they had space management, and at that time they had two locations. So they just opened their fifth one. She just said, I just love the fact, I mean, same thing, the dashboard, being able to see everything. They have obviously different locations, so they have different needs at each of those locations. And that's another thing that she pointed out, was that they could still manage those spaces with one platform, but those were like sub accounts to where they also could do individual marketing campaigns, or they have different sets of types of members. The demographics are different. So I was very pleased to hear that it was a game changer for her. And then as far as another location, another member, she had said that she had just started as a community manager. I think she's the only one there. And she didn't use all the capabilities of CoLevel, but that she wanted to. So that was another good thing to hear, but she said that as far as marketing, she was able to do that on her own. The owner wasn't always overseeing her anymore. So that was kind of nice for her. But
You
she
can
said it was so
experiment a
easy.
little bit.
And yeah. And then as far as like getting support, that was a huge thing, was that whenever she needed something, whether it was, I need to do this automation, how do I do it? It was immediate response time, which is, we are very proud of that. So we like that, but we haven't had any issues. Like it's very user friendly, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm starting to even realize even more, not just for us, because I think we become a little biased as far
Totally.
as like
Once you
first
know it, it's
input.
hard to
Mhm.
unknow it. Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But it was just good to hear from our subscribers that no, this is exactly what we needed. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting to know that we're actually helping the smaller operator or those who want to grow.
yeah.
So,
I'd like to add on that, Jamie, that just like our co-working space is kind of a passion. The co-level, it's the same thing because we've gotten hit with the majors. I mean, we've got, I don't want to name them, but they just moved down the street, like less than a quarter mile from us. And we want to give people the ability to compete head to head with the majors out there. And
mhm,
that that feels good. That feels
mhm,
really good when those guys have these huge marketing budgets and we can compete head to head with those guys. So, uh,
right.
like Chelle said, we're probably a little biased, but I mean, again, it's an all-in-one package. You could do everything that we do, but you're going to do it with 5 or 6 different programs. You're going to pay a lot more money, and there's going to be mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen. So,
Yeah. I love it.
I need that.
Any exciting updates that you're working on that you want to share?
Ooh, we are, but I would get in trouble if I said.
Top secret. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I mean, we certainly will have to have you on again. And I think too, we were talking, like, partly we're talking about a specific platform today, but also just some of the concepts around being competitive and that are kind of, some of the modernizations that are just so quickly happening. Like, if you don't have a CRM, if you don't have an immediate response to a lead, if you don't have an easy way to book tours online or book a room online. I mean, I know lots of people have been there for a while, and there are a lot of people who are still not there.
Mhm.
Speed to lead, responsiveness and professionalism. I mean, I think, when you talk about competition, like, you guys are such a great example. You have this beautiful boutique space that's like beautifully run by someone from the Ritz, but you're still just one single location and you're
Right.
competing against, national operators who are in the market. And so this, kind of puts you at least in the consideration set because you're responding and you're professional and, that stuff matter. It's a lot of times just the basics, but
That's right.
we have to be doing those basics no matter what the tool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Like
yeah.
we always say, this industry was built on independence. And I feel like we need to keep it that way.
Yeah.
It might sound a little corny, but I really do believe that. I really believe
Totally.
that
I mean,
that's the
right. Yeah.
backbone of the industry.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and we would all want to choose an independent, if you didn't run a co-working space, you'd want to work at an independent
yeah,
location. Yeah.
that's right.
So
Absolutely.
we need them to keep existing and for the owners to be able to take a vacation. So
That's
We
true.
like
That
that.
is
We
very
like
true.
that.
I love
Yep.
it. Awesome. Thank you for taking the time to do this and for sharing some of your insights. And Dan will put your LinkedIn profile in the show notes. And yeah, let's do this again because talking about sales and marketing and operations is always a win. Whatever we can share to help people. So,
Oh, don't forget,
Mhm.
if anyone wants a demo,
Oh, that's right. Yes, we'll put the link in the show notes for
can
the
you put
demo
it?
as
Yeah,
well.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
More
Thank
than
you.
happy to do it.
Yeah, and it's important. Dan is happy to give a demo to anyone. Dan, I think you do most of the demos because we've talked. It's sometimes it's hard to get a mental model of like, what does that actually look like? So
Yeah.
Dan's
Mhm.
happy to show you around.
Yeah, actually, Chelle and I do them together because
Ooh,
if anyone has any kind of a
oper
detailed
like
question,
operational.
it's gotta go to Chelle. So,
Perfect.
yeah,
So if you need any pro tips along with seeing the
Yeah.
software, then
that's
you
right.
get a twofer. I love it.
That's right.
Yep.
Cool. We'll
Yeah.
put that in the show notes as well.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.